Good morning, I'm Sean, Fire of Life 2018, and you're watching the Morning Wake and Bake. And good morning, Mr. Silver. How are you today? You ready for our good news? Did you hear that Ukraine is finally going to get the military funding? I don't know if that's good news for everybody, but I think it's good news because I worry about those people. I feel like the Israel-Palestine situation is none of our business, but the Ukraine situation, I feel like those people were just maliciously attacked for no reason. Like, yes, the defenders of democracy kind of have a right to interfere there. Also, I just realized I am out of beverage, and I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need a beverage. Hold on. Uno momentos, por favor. Oh no. Gosh. All the things are falling apart. All the things are falling apart. Alright, got some good old tap water. We're ready to start the day. I need to self a joint. Today's positive affirmation. Score. Positive affirmation generator. Others respect me, following my own belief. There is the daily affirmation generator. They all feel positive, worthful, and multiply. That is your. If it is not, you can still be fruitful. If you intended to do, then did nothing. Argue with me. If you set an intention and you do that intention, productive. That's how I feel about it. Yesterday was 420. Sorry I missed it. I definitely overslept. That was not my intention. My intention was fully to be here and have a big old 420 stream, but I just neglected to set an alarm. Or I thank you for pinning that, Mr. HK. Nice to see you. Yeah, we were supposed to do it, and I definitely slept right through it. I did have a good 420. I made myself some edibles and hung out at the house. I played some video games, and I put that over on the YubTubs. If you haven't noticed, I am doing a series where I'm playing all of the games in my Steam library. I just did, I put a thing in the Discord. There's now a channel. All of those videos. Your Steam. I just did Humankind yesterday. I've done Old World, Endless Space 2, and Age of Wonders 4 so far. I guess, I mean, if I'm gonna do the whole series, I'll have to go back and do a Civilization, and I have all the Civilizations. I haven't played all the Civilizations. Like, I even have Civilization 3. Furthest Frontier so far is getting the most engagement. And that is a very addictive game, but we're coming out with Manor Lords on 26th. Manor Lords is coming out. And Manor Lords is like Furthest Frontier, but it's like better graphics, better UI, like it's a higher end developer. Yeah. Say it. The people who make it have more money than Furthest Frontier. Not to mention, Furthest Frontier was made in 2022. And there really hasn't been another settlement built since then. Like Banished was the first one in 2018, and I feel like Furthest Frontier was a really pick up to that. It was the next step, and Manor Lords is coming out, and it looks good. It's really good, and it'll probably make really pretty cities because it's gonna have the ability to draw boxes. Like, okay, this box, and then you can shape the corners of the box to make it like fit the terrain, and be like, okay, y'all can build houses in this, and then the houses just kind of auto-populate and arrive. And I think that's a whole lot better than having to build these houses and sit there empty until it happens. That makes a lot more sense. Come and build their houses, and the government just indicates, hey, this is where the houses are built. And when you're like out of space in that area, it'll give you an indication like, hey, no more housing areas available. So I hope that'll be a thing. Hope that'll be a thing. Should be fun. I'm excited. Certainly played on the stream. Certainly played on the stream. Today's a rainy day. I may get several of these videos done today because it's only an hour. I'm only doing an hour, the first hour of every game, and then if people want me to go back and play more, I will. Maybe that'll happen as channel blows up. The YouTube is doing really well. I'm thankful for that. I have 16.6k views in the last 28 days, and I've gained 26 subscribers in the last 28 days, and 84.5 hours of view time. It's doing really well, so I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me over on the YouTube. If I get to subscriber, if I get to affiliate on YouTube, I may very well switch these streams to YouTube. Because the Twitch revenue isn't there. I just don't know if like the platform Twitch is doing itself. But I've only gotten one new subscriber in the past month on Twitch, where I was getting 28 on. I mean, not even, like, I shouldn't say subscriber. I'd say follower on Twitch. I'd be happy with followers, which is free, by the way. So, yeah. 10 days ago, it's my last follower. Like 15 days was the one before that, and that was a personal friend who just came over to follow for me. I'm sure I've gotten several people to sign up for Twitch who have Amazon, just like, hey, come sign up for Twitch and give me $1, but then they don't do it every month, so I only get that $1 for like a month. It's a good plan. Maybe they'll grow as they both grow. Because I mentioned the Twitch and the YouTube on all my videos, so I hope that these two things will grow together. But I often feel that the people who view Twitch are not the same people. Like, I'm not a live streamer kind of person. I hardly ever watch people play games live. I usually watch them on YouTube, replayed later. But then I don't know why, because there are definitely times that I wish I could say something, and I'm like, oh, they recorded that like last year sometime. They've not even thought about it anymore. Fine, yeah. Music we're listening to today is by Relaxed. Damn it. Relaxed Movement. This came out 3 years ago. For some odd reason, this was on my For You page today. I'll give them a like, and they're already subscribed, so gotta pay it forward. You like their music? Go check them out. They have a lot of stuff. Seem pretty cool. So what's going on in the universe of my viewers today? If you're watching this over on the YouTubes later, put it in the comments. Still check. Watching on Twitch, by all means, say hi. Feel free to join us in the Discord if you like. Post that there. I can't. I will post it here. Here's the YouTube. Yes. Just to make that easy. I do these morning wake and bakes every day with the intention of getting to know my viewer better. What kind of things do you watch? Do you watch live streams on Twitch primarily? Or do you live on YouTube? I feel like I watch a lot of Taskmaster. Y'all have not ever seen Taskmaster on YouTube. It's hysterical. Assuming you like British humor. It is a British TV show. They have a New Zealand version, and the guy who does the New Zealand version is much hotter than the guy version. And if I was going to have a Taskmaster, I would prefer him to be hot. So, yeah. Taskmaster's a fun show. There's been a whole lot of news this morning that we could go over, but it's the same old, same old. It's war, destruction, and famine all over the world. But I oddly had hope this morning. Really, I woke up this morning, like, wow, the Ukraine bill went through. That's good. I was very concerned about those people. I mean, you know they had to lower the draft age? Like, they were only drafting people who were 28 to 40. And now they've voted 25. And that to me seems a little desperate. I wouldn't want to be drafted. I mean, to be honest, I'd probably be one of those ones who volunteers. If with people invading our actual country, I would probably be. I guess especially as a non-profit volunteer. Yeah. Organizing humanitarian aid. Try not to get shot. That's so sad. That's really what makes me want to not support the Israel-Hamas war situation. Is because and I said murdered. Israel is using food as a weapon of war. That's against the Geneva Convention. And I don't even know why we're still supporting them anymore. Personally. After the attack on Iran, that they didn't even tell us about for... If they did it, I'd have been like, oh, I see where our how much our alliance is valued to you. That's not right. That ain't right. But good news, so we'll just have to see what comes of that. The garden's coming along. I've got some fertilizer and some ant bait coming today because they're getting out. And my cucumbers are wilting. Ever since I put them in the ground, they have not been doing. So I'm hoping it's some fertilizer issues. And I may have to make some seeds because I only put 12 of them. I've lost 4, so a whole lot of lost cucumbers. And the tomatoes don't seem to be growing as fast as I would have expected them to. Considering how much water they're getting, considering how much light they're getting. It's been beautiful days, been perfect weather for them. I expect those things to take off. and that has not happened. But maybe it's just waiting for that kick into gear. Like once it gets the root structure set up from when I transplanted it, then it'll start to blossom. It just needs it's probably focusing more on its root. That's what I hope. And I kind of hope I didn't put them in there too early, but the plants were already like a foot high. The tomatoes were anyway. And the cucumbers, there were so many. It's just like the peppers. Like all the peppers are doing well over there, but we've never had a garden on that side before. So it's probably just like fresh soil. That used to be where we keep our wood pile too. Like for probably my whole life, our wood pile was in that place where I have the peppers. And I guess since my dad died, he built this chute so he could like put the wood through the chute through the basement, so it would just go right into where the wood is. I personally carry a wheelbarrow through the basement, so I pile up my stuff on a wheelbarrow into the garage. Use the wheelbarrow to chunk the wood. When the wheelbarrow's empty, I go back out and get some more wood. I don't put gobs and gobs of wood in it. Like Dad used to fill up the whole basement full of wood if it was a big snowstorm coming. And I'm like, you're gonna give all those bugs that have had a chance to live. Curses. Dashed my joint and it fell off. The cherry fell off. That days. You're gonna give all those bugs that have been living in that wood the option to like warm up and come out in our house. That's what you're doing when you piles and piles of wood. I have a pile of wood that's right next to the back door on the outside, and if I need to chunk the fire and go back to bed, like if it's 3 o'clock in the morning in a blizzard, I get up and grab that stuff by the door, throw it in the fire, and go back to bed. But I don't keep it in the house because I want the bugs to stay out of the house. And the amount of spiders that we have had in my basement has dropped drastically since I stopped keeping the wood in the basement. Yep, I'm determined to burn something down on the stream. That's likely to happen. I mean, that electrical fire update video that I posted, the video of what happened to my electrical fire. If y'all were on the last stream we did, there was an electrical fire in that thing behind me. Like, see that new surge spectre behind me? That used to be this. It's broke. So we had to do a little upgrade. And which was extra funny is with the amount of, like, I showed a little bit of my workshop on that video, and somebody commented that I should clean up, and I wanted to be like, if you had seen the rest of my green, I would be like, whoa. It's a workshop. It's never going to be clean. It's where all the experiments happen. It's where all the explosions and meltings. I have nearly burnt down this building at least twice since I've been here. And my dad did successfully burn it down once. We are both the tinkerer types. But sometimes you have to figure out what's going to burn it down. I'm kind of waiting for my solar panels to do that at some point, really. Because they're definitely not built to cook. I didn't want to drill holes in the roof. Because I'm a big fan of, like, keeping the structural integrity of a building. Like, once you put a hole in it, that, like, lets in moisture and causes all kinds of problems. Big fan of not putting in holes. So what I did was I put some brackets and I mounted those to the side of the house, you know, underneath the wood hanging, so it'd be at least moisture options, and I sealed it up and put caulk around it and all kinds of stuff to prevent that situation. But then I put 2 brackets on both ends and then put 2x4s across the top, and then I drilled stuff into 2x4s and pulled solar panels on. And the ones out on the, like, the solar chalet that are above the tomatoes, those are just screwed into the 2x4. Yeah. Actually, I had to screw it up. You need to make sure you hit it just so the threads of the screw are on the right side of the solar panel to hold it as a hook to hold things. You can't drill from the top down. Like, well, I guess you could if you had like a wrench or something. You can't really drill from the top down. So that's how I do it. Either one of them, like if we get crazy tornadoes or high winds or something, my solar panels might blow. But my thought about that is that my solar panels would detach from the roof long because of the size of the brackets I put on, how I mounted it on this thing. And these things would probably whip away anyway, but they have a low drag coefficient. Like they're panels. Like so once they landed on the ground somewhere, the wind would not have the ability to lift them back up again. It's because of the drag coefficient. It's blow across the top as opposed to sucking it. So, I mean, I'm thinking worst case scenario is I get tossed into the yard and then I can just put that. Assuming they didn't get damaged, but if we get like enough wind to rip stuff off of my roof, I'm sure the solar panels are going to be the least thing I'm worried about. Unless there's no power, and then I'll be pissed. I'd be like, damn it! This is what I had these things for! That would be pretty fun. I would only laugh after the fact, I'm sure. I'm sure I'd be so pissed at the time of watching that I would be bright red. But then I would laugh after the fact, because that would be fun. Stuff like that happens to me. But like, I have a whole room full of like canned food and like stored food that lasts for years, and like bottled water. It's like I have a panic room in my house, and that's, I mean, my panic room is designed more for like natural disasters than home invaders. That's a whole different scenario. But actually, maybe not for Mom. If there were home invaders, I'd be sending Mom to the panic room. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. I always worry that like that's the first thing that's gonna flood. Like, you know, I'm gonna get to, like, it's in a basement, so like if the groundwater rises enough and you're like, oh, I can't even get into my food because it's all buried. Theoretically, it's watertight in the containers, so I would survive. Theoretically, assuming no rats have chewed a hole in any of it or any of that kind of stuff. But that's my thought process. Is every time it seems like in my life has always been that way, that I'm a preparer. I make plans. I have plans on plans on plans, and the first plan A never works in my life, ever. That's why I always have a plan C, D, and E, because B is usually the one that works. And that just makes me believe, like, I'm just neurodivergent. I don't think like normal people, and maybe that's bad. Like, if I always my option A never seems to work out. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm stupid. I don't think of the right things. I should have thought like Plan B should have been the original Plan A, and I'm not sure why the logic circuit made Plan A in my brain the one that went forward. Maybe that's it. Who knows? Who knows? I need to fix the bathroom in this screen because it has the sewage vent. Like, for whatever reason, when Dad built a garage, he built the sewage vent into the bathroom in the garage. So, like, it vents into the building. Like, when I'm running the washing machine in the house, it smells like sewage in the building. I don't know why he built it that way. I feel like the man might have liked sewage smell. I don't know. But the real problem now is that their gnat flies are in our septic tank, and they come up out of that tube. So, like, my bathroom is filled with thousands of gnat flies in the spring. Like, 2 weeks ago, I couldn't even open the door because it was like, feel them hitting your hand like sand. It was gnat flies. It was the grossest thing ever. And the second time you open, like, they all go for your vitreous fluid in your eyes, so they're immediately drawn into your eyes, your nose, your mouth, and you're like, ugh. That's awful. Awful. I feel like that would be like the worst way to die, is choking on a gnat fly. But so yeah, I've got to drill a hole in the wall to fix that problem because it needs to be vented outside, and we now know how I feel about drilling holes. Not to mention, I'm gonna have to cut off the pipe where it is and put the hole precisely where the pipe out's going to go, there's not really much room. It's a very precise measurement, and I'm not good at that. So now I'm terrified that I'm gonna have to make the hole like 6 inches for my 2-inch pipe, and then fill it up with Flex Seal, and all that extra moisture and storage will go into it. Not to mention, you have tin plating on the roof, like on the outside, like they use the tin roof, and then just put that on walls on the outside too. So I'll have to drill through that to get out of it, which is probably why he didn't do it in the first place, because it was gonna be difficult. But it's got to get done because these gnat flies in here are driving me nuts. And I guess when it was a workshop and it was, you could just leave it open in the summer, they were just coming out and going outside, I guess. But now that I have a greenhouse, I usually keep it pretty sealed, because I need the humidity controlled, I need temperature controlled, I need lighting controlled. So I usually keep it pretty sealed up in here. Gnat flies, like, if there were thousands of gnat flies in the bathroom and I keep the room sealed, where do you think they went? I mean, like, a lot of them died, but I'm sure many of them got out of the bathroom in the summer. And then that's probably what killed my last crop of marijuana. It's because they were seeding in here, and all those gnat flies laid their little eggs in my rock wool, and then it exploded, and then there was more gnat flies, and they took all the nitrogen out of my rock wool, so then my seedlings died. Out of 20 seedlings I bought the last time, I have 3 survivors in that batch. That's a big loss. Marijuana seeds are not cheap, so it's not like yeah. Also, I mean, I like to buy the genetically modified ones. Like, there's some people locally who sell seeds, and I've been thinking about buying seeds from them, but then you'd have to really worry about like the sex of the plants. Like, I just buy feminized seeds, so I don't have to worry about throwing away a male plant. Because if you buy 10 seeds from that are not feminized, you could get a seed that's a man, have that one male plant tent, it causes all the female plants to seed, which you might think is great. Like, oh, look at all those extra plants. Once. Like, I think you're supposed to do that like once every year. You could probably make enough seeds to like populate your whole forest full of marijuana. But that would be crazy. Imagine just letting marijuana run wild in your property around you. Your neighbors probably hate you, because if you had female plants outside, like the outdoor greenhouse, I will put plants out there, and if there's somebody around here, let their marijuana grow wild, then the bees will pollinate the female plants outdoors, and then they'll grow seeds. As much as I'm like, yo, you have an outdoor greenhouse, there shouldn't be bees. Oh, surely there will be. Like, there's just no way to keep nature out of anything. Like, even this building that is sealed up good, nice and tight, where the outdoor greenhouse has openings, it's not even sealed up. There's no way I'm gonna keep nature out without sealing it up completely. Then you'd have to have like an airlock and go through decontamination procedures, and like, I don't know if I've ever seen some of like the industrial marijuana growth places. Those have those, like, they make you wear hair nets and beard nets and special suits, like it's a real factory. That's untenable for this juncture in my development. And especially since the stupid Republican governor canceled the legislation, so now I can't go get a legitimate business loan to do this, which was my plan. Once it's become legal, I was going to officially go get, boom, farmland, boom, greenhouses, like make it a real business and be competitive. But you need loans, credit, LLCs and stuff for that. Can't do that until it's legal to do that. So now I'm screwed. Hence, we're going to focus on other revenue streams. Help support your local farmer, your local non-profit agent. Follow the channel, subscribe, like, give all those free things. I don't really want you to pay money to support me. If you have an Amazon Prime, you can support me for free Prime subscription. That I'll take. Literally giving you instead of just paying. Just saying. And I mean, if you want to pay money for me, that's cool, but I'm not one of those people that to other people, so I don't know why people do it. But I watch ads. I pay for my subscription. Like, if you watch my content and you pay for the YouTube Premium, I get like credit for you watching the whole video. So all you gotta do is tune in for like 5 minutes, and I think I get credit for the whole thing if you pay for Premium. So that kind of thing I get. But it's like, all the tricks of the trade takes forever to learn about. It's paid for what? It's kind of like serving tables. I did that for a long time too. And if you don't know how to milk that system, you get screwed over too. Life is about finding a way to work within the systems that life gives you. There's a real deep thought. We all have to work in the system that it's given us. Like my friend Sharon says, control the controllables. Every system is that's the whole argument with the simulation that we can. It's like, because that's the overarching thing, is that there are systems, there are rules that are set up like that you're like, you just can't break it. You try, you can go around it. It's like a video game. Go to a DMV desk and be like, you know, I don't have an ID, I don't have any proof of documents. Can I please get some of that? And they're like, well, actually, you have to have proof of documents to get proof of documents. You're like, that is 100% something an AI would say. What? Like, that's the real deep thought process there, is that if all humans are run off an AI simulation, like, why do we think the things that we do? Why do we like chicken over beef? Why do we like fish over chicken? Why do we like hot stuff? Why do we like cold? Why? There's the real deep questions. And if it's an algorithm, wouldn't that make more sense? Like, you were randomly selected by an algorithm to like fish instead of chicken because it makes for a more colorful, diverse work environment. If all humans loved beef more than anything on the planet, that's all you'd ever see is beef. So they needed diversity. Like, these video games that I play about settlements, and you talk about the balancing of it, it's like you literally make an algorithm. Like, this person's gonna randomly get fruit today instead of vegetables because we need them to need this. Otherwise, the player won't build. So it's all about, like, if you put a cool feature in your game, like wineries, but you have to get them to build grape farms originally to unlock the winery. But why would they build grape farms if they don't know the winery exists? But they might if your humans wanted grapes because they were delicious. So then you give them that need, and it pops up when they're like building stuff, and you're like, hey, your villagers want grapes. Okay. Then you build grapes. Oh wow, that unlocked a winery. I didn't know that. Like, it was one thing who lifted it to another one. PUBG Man 42 Hi, how's it going? Are you PUBG game player? That used to be like a Fortnite thing, right? Back in the day. That even still, does that still happen? I shouldn't say back in the day, like, I played Minecraft when I was young. It's been a long time since I played Minecraft. I don't have the patience for mine. It's a little bit more of a challenge. Minecraft persists. I totally respect Minecraft. Do I know Cody? I know several Codys. I don't think so. Should I? Oh, the American professional wrestler? Good looking fella. WWE is an art form. I haven't watched that since I was a kid either. Do you know who Hogan. What was his name? He died recently. I feel like that makes me so old. I'm like, people that I idolize as children are going to be dead. But I feel like he was one of the original wrestlers. Hulk Hogan. That was his name. I say he died, and then I'm like, probably didn't. Terry Jean. Screen? Huh. Yeah, there we go. Hulk Hogan. He's an American retired professional wrestler. He is widely regarded as the recognized wrestling star worldwide, most popular wrestler of the 80s, my childhood, and is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. Hogan began his wrestling career in 1977. I was not even alive yet, but gained worldwide recognition after signing with the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Looks like he probably is still alive since it hasn't given him a new date. Here I am. Saying 5. Yeah, 70 years old, but still alive. So my bad, Hulk Hogan. Please don't show up to my house and threaten me. I would be a ruthless. All right. Who is Bray Wyatt? I don't know. Probably this guy. I would be like, I do not mess around with white dudes with dreads. So that's a hard stop for me. I bet he's a good time. I would have a drink with him, for sure. But probably not 2. Definitely not 3. Cause look at this, look, like this one with, there's the face. You're like, that was the one you'd see at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yo, bro, you want another drink? Nope. Good call, though. So that was our foray into WWE. There you go. We can talk about literally anything on this channel, because the Ravenclaw in me is strong. I love to know things. And to be fair, I have not thought about WWE in 1,000 years. I didn't know it existed. I'm still watching that. Well, it's good to know that people still watch that, I think. Anywho. Thanks for being in. Thanks for chatting. Glad to have talked to you. Hit like, subscribe, follow out here for more. Come back every day. We'll become WWE fans by the end of it, I'm sure. Because, I mean, what was the first guy? I don't think I kept that search history. Anyway, before I get lost down the rabbit hole that is my Google history, hope you guys had a great 420. We're gonna play games today, probably most of the day as it is raining. I don't know if I should play those on Twitch as well as record them, or should just record them like I've been. But I haven't gotten much. On series of playing games. surprisingly, my shorts about my electrical fire, my garden progression are what's doing well on. But the Furthest Frontier got more reach. Like, it was shown to like 7,000 more other videos. They only watched the first minute and a half of it. You wonder how many videos there are being made about making content. How to make content entertaining. How to make content that people watch. And then I'm like, that's never gonna be me. Like, I've often said, I'm never gonna be one of these like multi-million-dollar stream people, because I just can't get behind the capitalism of it all. To be fair. But you guys will have to let me know what you like. As long as cool people are requesting to see stuff, I will keep it. I like doing the garden tours. Maybe at the end of the garden tour, I'll combine it all into one big video so you can just see it all. That feels like I feel like that would take so much time and effort in editing. So much. But I mean, I guess that's the job, isn't it? It's an interesting world we live in, where people take trips and then like bill it to their YouTube company. Tax deductible vacations. Work expense. Travel blogger. Happy Tax Day. You just missed that too. I think that's why marijuana day is 420, because tax day is 419. I think it's 415. But now it'd be funnier if it was 419. It's funny. It'd be funnier. Anywho, today's positive affirmation we will revisit before we wrap up. Others respect me for following my own beliefs, which is probably true. You tell people you believe something, don't follow that, they all think you're a hypocrite. And change starts with man in the mirror. So if you feel like the world has gone askew, start with you. Give me my campaign slogan. If you feel the world is askew, you can only start with you. Talk the talk, walk the walk. You are upset about plastic waste, stop buying plastic. You are upset about climate change, then do your research and see what you can do to change. I don't know if electric cars is the right answer right now. I would say use public transportation is and always has been a good answer. Walk, use a bike, like healthy modes of transportation if you can. I live in the boonies and can't really live like anywhere I'd work would be 30 miles away, so I have that problem too. But if you live in a city, like when I lived in Hawaii, and I left biking to work every day, and I left biking home. There was even that. You're like, oh my god, I'm so tired, but I still had to bike home, and it was still more exhilarating. You know, you get like after a while, your mind really did let go, and you autopilot even the bike ride home, and you got to work out, autopiloted, and detox from your workday by the time you got home. So it was nice. Nice. I really appreciated that. But Hawaii being 85 degrees and sunny year round helped. Sure is easy to get on a bike when it's beautiful outside. It's much harder to get on a bike and go somewhere when it's raining. Cold. Much harder. Yeah. I think we will stick with the adage that I like to produce quality content versus quantity content. And today's a rainy day. I'm still tired from yesterday apparently, so we're gonna call it early. I know. It's what perks of being your own boss, I get. Perks of being. Thanks for being here. It's been great seeing you. Let me know what you want to see in the chat, in the comments, in Twitter sphere, in the Instagrams, in the Facebooks. I got all those things too. Check the links out below. Thanks, you guys. Bye.